Hello and welcome to Miniatures Rundown. I'm Mitchell.
I'm Cody.
And today we are doing the releases for the first.
Yes.
Yes, the first.
July 1st.
July 1st. Hopefully you see this before it comes out, but I don't know if you will.
Yeah.
This week we have basically piecing out Leviathan.
Mm-hmm.
We have the core rulebook, all of the index cards, and the Leviathan deck, which we actually have insight about today because they released the tournament packet. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah.
So we're going to go over pretty briefly. All this stuff has mostly been covered already,
Yeah.
but we'll talk about it. Up first, we have the new, not Leviathan core book, the new 10th edition core book. This is different from the book that comes in Leviathan.
Yeah.
It is missing a few things, which is namely the Crusade rules, and the combat patrol stuff, which is, again, all online for free, so, well, the Crusade isn't, but the other stuff is. But this is the book we're going to be looking at for the next 3 years. Which is great. It's honestly a bit thinner. It's actually cheaper than the previous book,
Which I like.
yeah, that's great. Because they took some of the I don't want to say fluff because fluff means lore, but they took some of the like filler out of it, which I enjoy. But yeah, quality hardback. The little bookmarker ribbon, always nice when I see that. Actually, it's more like it's not nice when I don't see it.
Yeah, it's funny. I like how they made it a little bit smaller this time, and then I get the Leviathan copy, which is gonna be the biggest copy of the rules.
It's like the old one.
Yeah, I'm just hoping like the starter sets come with like the little soft cover.
Oh, with just the rules in it?
With just the rules
That'd
in
be
it,
great.
and then that'll be my like
That is one of my
carry around.
That is one of my favorite parts about the previous not combat patrols, chapter approves, is that they had the rules in the back.
Yeah.
But if the chapter approved is going to be going into what we're talking about next, then they're not going to have that anymore. So that would be great to have just like a little pocket option.
Absolutely.
And speaking of, we're going to go to that next.
We got the chapter approved cards.
Chapter approved
So
cards.
this is how you play competitive Warhammer now. It's got all the missions and rules and stuff. I haven't played with this one yet.
I haven't played with it either.
It will be exciting, but it is a mission deck, and so this is replacing the chapter approved book completely.
It's kind of a mix between the previous chapter approved with all the missions and stuff and secondaries, and the what was it called? The Maelstrom of War cards.
Yeah.
Where it was like you pull random secondaries and that kind of thing. So we all know, we should know how this works at this point in 10th edition. What we got today was the tournament packet, which is, you still use this, but there are specific layouts and missions that you should take in a tournament so that you're not randomizing for every round for every table, because that sounds like a pain. So it's a combination of the two, which I think is great.
Yeah.
You want to know the best thing I saw in that tournament packet?
What's that?
You can stand on objectives again.
Oh, really?
Yep. At a tournament, you can stand on objectives.
That's wow.
Yeah, that blew me away. I don't know why. In casual, you can't stand on objectives.
Play casually, you can't. It seems like it should be the other way around.
You would think so, but no. I'm just gonna say that we can stand on objectives because I don't care.
So.
I want to use the randomized, but I don't care.
All those people who painted up some really nice objective markers.
Yep, not for tournaments. Get out of here.
Sorry.
What a weird 180 that is.
Maybe that's the one rule that they're like, nah, we shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
You know, all these other weird, obscure rules.
It's so dumb. I hear this complaint a lot, and I kind of understand it from GW's perspective. So in the core rulebook, there's a set of rules. And then in the little tiny booklet that's in here, there's another set of rules. That's like, you can't stand... no, the can't stand on objectives is in the core rules. But it's like you can pitch a mission for an extra CP. You can... there's like 3 or 4 things that are in here that are not in the core rules. So it's like, oh, it's the extra stuff they put in the chapter approved.
Right.
And then now there's a tournament packet that has more rules on top of the rules in here.
So it's another layer.
It's triple layering the mission cards, which is a little weird.
Simplified.
Yeah, simplified, not simple, right?
Yeah.
Simplified, not simple. Anyway, so anyone who didn't get the Leviathan box, these are the exact same cards that are in Leviathan. There's nothing different about them other than the cover. So if you didn't get the Leviathan box or you split it with someone or something like that, this is what you're going to need. Mm-hmm. And this is your chapter approved for the next, however long they decide, 6 months, 1 year? I don't know. It's
usually 6 months.
Usually 6 months.
Okay.
So there you go.
This is the Crusade book. This is the other chunk that got ripped out of the Leviathan book. If you play any narrative campaign, this is the book that you are going to need if you don't already have the Leviathan book. If you do have the Leviathan book, you don't need this. But it's pretty cool. Me and some of my friends, we played Crusade in 9th, and it's very enjoyable. It reminds me a lot of how Necromunda is played, but with 40k instead of Necromunda. Mm-hmm. So it's pretty cool. If you are in the middle of a Crusade, fear not. They have released a Warcom article to transfer your Crusade to 10th edition.
It's fantastic. They decided to do that. Yeah, they didn't have to,
because we're technically in the middle of one still, but like we all kind of want to try new things anyway, because we get together so like sporadically. Tyrannic War. It kind of goes along with the narrative of what's going on in the lore right now too, as well. So it's pretty cool.
With the new Tyranids they found on the west side of the galaxy or something.
Mm-hmm. Now the galaxy is pretty much surrounded by Tyranids, and you get to play different objectives based around that. So pretty cool. I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah. I've played 2 Crusade missions, each one with a different faction, because they were like 6 months apart, and that's it. That's all.
Yeah, ours are like between 3 and 6 months apart, because we just kind of live all over the place, and we get together for a whole weekend, play like 5 games, and
that seems fun.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. But we're all got new armies since then. All painted them up, and now we want to play our new armies.
All right, now we're on to the bulk.
So now this is gonna be the weird part.
Yep.
And I have a gripe with these.
Yeah.
Because, like, GW is doing awesome and releasing a lot of stuff for free, right? Mm-hmm. Like, these cards are all free online. You don't need these cards. You can print them out at a store, at your home, whatever. But for a collector or somebody who just likes to have, like, the nice, like, cardboard feel to them, I kind of wanted these.
Me too.
But the way they send them out is like so. They have a Space Marine kit, an Imperium kit, a Xenos kit, and a Chaos kit.
Yeah.
And that's how they send them to stores. Like, so it's very like...
I'm going to go off on the stupid thing. For example, they sent us one of each of these bundles, by the way. We're not allowed to get more than one. The Space Marine kit has Deathwatch, Dark Angels, Blood Angels, Black Templar, and I missed Space Wolves. It's in here somewhere. Oh, wait, the other side. Oh, God. And Grey Knights, which is weird because they were in the Imperium release, not the Space Marine release. Whatever. But there's only 4 Space Marine?
Yeah. So there's like 6 or 7 factions in a box of Space Marines, 6 of which need the Space Marines ones as well.
So yeah, if you're playing Deathwatch, if I'm assuming you can see, that's really thin. This is the Deathwatch only stuff. So you also need the Space Marine one.
Which is huge.
Massive. Look at that. So if you're playing one of the, the non-Codex compliant chapters, you need the Space Marine index. If you're not playing one of those, you still need the Space Marine index. There's literally not enough in here for all of them.
Right.
So I don't know why they did these in bundles and not individually.
Yeah, and it seems like it's going to kind of turn off a lot of friendly local game stores to buy these, because like it's all or nothing. Like you either buy the entire kit or
and like I said,
you can't just order like, oh, we need 3 more Grey Knights index cards.
No,
let's order these. No, you need the whole box. So if part of the box isn't selling well, you're in luck.
We see this a lot in we run Magic here at the store, and we see this a lot in Magic, where it's like there's a set of commander decks, and there's 4 commander decks, and one of them is really good, and the rest are kind of okay, or one that is really, really bad. And we have cases of just the one that's bad, and we're sold out of the one that's good. And it's really frustrating when the same thing happens in Warhammer, because I didn't think that was going to happen in Warhammer.
Yeah, see, it's frustrating even like using that as a comparison, because The Magic ones, it makes a little bit more sense because they all have the same UPC, and like on an inventory tracking, that's a nightmare. These all have different UPCs. They could have easily just boxed these up separate. We already do it with War Scroll cards. We already do it with the data cards from 40K. Like, why?
Yeah, why this?
Why did they choose this? Like,
maybe I want to say maybe this is the release version. And, like, we can buy them individually later, but I don't know that.
I mean, you can buy them individually off Games Workshop.
That's true.
But
we, as a store, can't.
Right. So, I don't know if we'll be able to, like, special order them later on.
Maybe.
We'll see, but...
I don't know all the inner workings.
Really kind of annoyed me.
Yep. That's the one gripe I have about these, is they're sold in bundles. I feel like it would even be more understandable if it was just a bundle was one of each. The Space Marines notwithstanding, because they're the weird one.
Right.
Okay. So there's 2 Militarum, 2 Custodes, 2 Imperial Agents, 2 Sororitas, 1 Knights, which is Chaos and Imperial, by the way. So if we have a Chaos player and an Imperial player coming, we just have 1.
Sorry.
And 1 AdMech.
Yeah, but like...
So if this was like 1 of each or 2 of each, that would be more understandable. But no, we have 1 of each of these, and that's it, because that's all they let us get. I don't understand it.
Yeah, especially if your game store puts the F in friendly and like knows your community. Like our community, we have 4 Tau players like at any given time. Like
we literally don't have enough
like
Tau.
And like no Orc players, no Aldari players, anything like that. So like we can't fulfill all of our Tau players' needs without having a bunch of extra stuff left over that might not ever sell.
And obviously, none of this matters to just the regular old customer. Like, you go in, you have it, you don't, you order it off GW, whatever.
Right.
But, like, for us, it's very frustrating, and it's kind of like the back end of GW kind of being bad at their stuff.
Yeah, I feel like it was a great idea with a terrible execution. Yeah. Hopefully, like I said, we can special order individuals later on.
You know the other funny thing?
What's that?
In addition to the tournament pack they released today, they released a set of erratas for the cards.
Maybe just use the PDFs.
I don't know. These are one thing I will say that's positive about these is they are significantly cheaper than I thought.
Yes, the price on these was actually pretty surprising.
Because I was gonna compare them to the War Scroll cards from Age of Sigmar, and those are anywhere between $25 to $40 depending on how thick they are. I don't know the individuals, but the most expensive one, probably being the Space Marine one, is the main example. This is $25. This is the most expensive one. The cheapest one is $15. So they kind of went out of their way to make them affordable so that you could pick them up if you wanted to.
Right.
That being said, you can either use the PDF, which is free, or you can print them yourself, because, although at this point, printers are probably just more expensive. Ink?
Yeah.
Your ink is out? You might as well just buy these.
It's fair.
Anyway, now that we're done ranting, these will be available starting July 1st. They will be, hopefully, we will be able to get more after July 1st, but we'll see. I should probably have this rather than just looking at a white box.
No, that's what they get.
That's what they get. But yeah.
How do you feel about the cards?
Yeah. Did you print yours off?
Did you get a copy from your game store? Like a lock in a pre-order? Like we got so few that we haven't even done pre-orders, unfortunately.
Because we're getting like Cody said, we're getting 1 Tau, maybe 2, and we have 4 Tau players. Like, what are we gonna do?
Yeah.
First come, first serve. Anyway. Sorry to end on a dour note. But
I'm excited for them. I'm gonna get my hands on these cards at some point.
Oh yeah, me too.
Just have a nice little neat organized binder and some stuff like that. But
all right. Until then, I've been Mitchell.
And I've been Cody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.